Hey listeners, this is Sam coming at you before the episode with a little prelude here. I don't have any Jacobs on me, can't find them anywhere. The episode that is to follow has some technical difficulties. Skype and Discord kind of didn't cooperate with us the other day, so there will be a couple times where we will refer to mechanical breakdowns, but mostly I've edited it out. So you shouldn't notice too badly, except like right at the end when it really just couldn't hear each other at all. I think I also forgot to thank Irritating Rainbow for our theme song. You Broke It from their album Where'd the Truck Go? So just covering all our bases. This is a bleak one. So we're going to see how this goes. All right, enjoy.
The Breakup, much like a fine wine, is intended for mature audiences only.
Okay, so welcome to The Breakup, the podcast about destroying the things you love by giving them away. I am your co-host, Sam Young, and with me as always is my other co-host, Jacob Waskow. Basically, the premise of this show is Jacob and I are good friends who throw media at each other, just like weird shit we like, and either to torture the other person or maybe enrich their life. I did that much better than the first time, I think.
Yeah, I didn't interrupt you that time, did I?
No.
But because I was fucking quiet and being a good boy.
Good boy.
You self-righteous prick!
How are you this week?
I'm fine now that I've been told my place. How are you, Sam?
I'm very well now that I've established dominance.
I'm still mad. Still mad.
This is going to be the whole episode, isn't it? And the problem is I'm never going to apologize, so...
Yeah, I know you aren't. I know you're like, he's just too unenlightened to understand. You're lately fanning yourself with a fucking, I don't know, chicken leg? What do rich people do?
You're such a snowflake, Jacob.
Fuck off.
Anyway, we should probably get to the point.
Yeah.
So this week, why don't we start with you this week, since I started last week?
Oh yeah, okay.
What did I make you do this week, Jacob?
You made me watch a wonderful film called Koyaanisqatsi.
Oh yes, I'm looking forward to this.
Well, I have the summary ready to go, just rip-roaring.
Oh, let's hear it.
All right.
I like that you write them out.
Do you not?
No, just wing it.
Got one job. All right, fuck it. Francis Ford Coppola brings us an exciting thriller in the smash popular, world-renowned hit of Koyaanisqatsi. Marlon Brando revises his role as the essence of utter incompetence as he stumbles through lines like any 2-year-old could remember by simply belching them out in his deep, low, bassy voice. The essence of utter incompetence is deeply antagonized by a variety of natural and supernatural forces, such as nature, and the struggle between these titanic heroes is only given more gravitas by the stunning orchestral might of Hans Zimmer. The use of cannons as part of the orchestral arrangements adds a surreal, operatic depth to particular peaks within the plot, such as when the essence of utter incompetence invents the hot dog. Overall, I would say that Koyaanisqatsi is a family fun ride, except for the graphic nudity.
And that's Koyaanisqatsi.
Yeah, that's basically it. So
I was actually gonna contend with the idea that you should do a joke summary, but I don't actually think that you could possibly summarize this movie in a way that would make it, intelligible to our listening audience.
Well, yeah, what you love this film. You tell them what it's about.
It's a documentary about modern life. It's scored by Philip Glass, and it doesn't have any dialogue. It's just rapid images of there's a rocket ship that goes off. There's a plane, and that sounds really boring.
I'm gonna have to already interrupt you here.
Oh, okay.
Nothing about this is particularly rapid.
That's true.
It's very slow, and
there are time lapse scenes. There is a time lapse scene.
There's like 5.
Okay.
But unlike the previous documentary films you've made me watch,
Yes.
this was like medium pace. Nothing
Mm-hmm.
really stayed on for too long.
Mm-hmm.
But boy, did that movie feel long after a while. It felt like after minute 30, I'm like, wow, okay, so how much more do I have of this? I have a lot more of this.
I think you've said that. You said that about the last two movies as well, I think.
Yeah, I think you're beginning to notice a trend here where I'm just sort of sitting
I
there.
have sent you rather long movies.
Yeah, all hour and a half long bonanzas. This actually was a reasonable sized movie. It was like an hour and
Mm-hmm.
25 minutes.
Yeah, it's hour 25.
Felt a lot longer than that, I tell you what.
What did you glean from watching Koyaanisqatsi? I'm sorry, Koyaanisqatsi.
You're doing it wrong.
Oh, fuck.
I can't believe you. What do you like about this? Start there.
Okay, so I gotta give you an anecdote first, actually, about this. I've seen this 3 times, I think.
Wow.
Once I saw it in, I think it was like class. Like I saw it in high school for
What fucking class? Like film class? Social studies?
no, it was actually like film. Like we got to make movies and shit. We made a really good music video. Shout out to Sean Serdar.
I've been in a film class, and it's like, let me give you the history of film really fucking badly because I don't want to be here. I want to be an actual filmmaker, but here I am being a glorified babysitter. All right, now make some PSAs and stupid shit. I won't give you any direction. Just go ahead and do it. And that was film class.
No, we actually had a good film class, unlike your experience.
We had a lot of good equipment in ours, so I don't fucking
We did
know.
too, actually. We had a lot of good computer. Okay, we're getting off track. So I saw it in film class in high school, and then I saw it, and I think this is the cool part. I saw it live at, I think it was at the Queenie. Like they put the movie on the projector, and Philip Glass and his band, like his orchestra, performed it.
So you've seen a live performance.
It was really cool. And then I think I saw, I think somewhere in between there, I saw it with a girlfriend of mine at some point. But part of the reason that I love it so much actually is because I got to see it live, and that actually is. I'm starting to see why was may have been a mistake, is making you watch it on like your tiny computer screen when I got to see it, live live, quote unquote, in theater.
So what you're saying is, Sam, you suggested something to me, knowing I wouldn't necessarily like it.
No, I actually thought you might like it. I legit thought you might like it. Because it is sort of, I know that this is becoming the stereotype in my description of you, but it is sort of anti-consumerist, and it has like a message of environmentalism, and it's kind of, it's the kind of thing you usually dig.
Well, okay. Well, so yeah, usually it's the theme I like, and you know what? This time I absolutely actually did like it.
Oh, God, thank God. I was really going for like 2 for nothing at this point.
No, it would have been like 3 for nothing, but I liked it.
Well, you kind of liked Solaris, but
Well, yeah, much like I kind of liked this.
yeah.
Like, Solaris, unlike the first 2 films, which were very much up their own asshole in various particular ways, because Solaris is a movie designed for failure. The first half of it is made to be awful,
Yeah.
and then you leave. And the people who don't find it awful get the amazing, enlightening truth. And whoever the fuck made the second piece of shit that you sent me,
David Lynch.
whatever, David Lancaster,
Yeah.
is basically a crazy person.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't understand how he's a function. Like, I thought Woody Allen, pretty crazy dude. No, he's nothing compared to Lynch. Nothing.
Anyway, we're getting off track. Talk about this movie.
The point I'm trying to make is that not once watching Koyaanisqatsi did I ever feel like he's really like there were like a couple points where it was like, you're really on nose here.
Yeah.
Like, you're oh man, the cars became tanks. This is who would have guessed. But other than like those 2 or 3 moments, I never particularly felt that this movie was trying to be more than it was.
Okay. I mean, if that's success, I'll take that.
Unlike Lynch, which is very much just like, oh no, you have to like interpret it, man. Yeah, like it's kind of one thing, but actually it's another. No, this despite being so experimental, it's pretty wearing its sleeve on its shoulder.
Yeah, no, it knows exactly what it needs to be. Okay, since this is our kind of our musical episode, I'm curious what you thought of the music, which is such like a big draw of it.
I think that it did a very good job of basically being a narrator without words.
That's a really elegant way of saying that, and that's terrible in our comedy podcast.
Well, I mean, hold on.
That is going to sound terrible when I edit this.
Yeah, that's your punishment for fucking trying to fuck. I wish I could say something incredibly funny about the music, which I tried to do earlier on, and you shat all over that.
I don't remember that.
It's just music. It's used a bit ironically, in that it's one of those plots, if you could call it that. It's kind of like, oh man, human achievement kinds of music. And then once the title's explained, it pulls the rug out from under you, where nature is intimidating, but nature, whereas humans are just like, oh man, isn't this so great? But also they're destroying the planet, which as far as environmental critique goes is kind of on score for the 80s. When this was released.
Pretty spot on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, production started like in the 70s, right?
Yeah, I think he was starting to make it in like 72 or something.
Yeah, because a lot of the film
75.
A lot of it's obviously set in the 70s.
Yeah.
Like no one is dressed in a way that's comprehensible to any of our average podcast listener age. Like these are people with the full frame glasses and the hair that's twice as big as their head and shit like that.
I have to admit, I mean, part of it is that I like the music better. If it comes down to it, I think the imagery is gorgeous and well filmed, but the music really draws me in. So I'm curious, what aspect of it did you like better?
See, this is your plebeian taste showing like just completely clean here, because the visuals are what make the movie.
Well, yes, that's literally what makes it a movie.
Well, yeah, that's you trying to be cute. Shut up and let me get to my point here. It's that the visual, like the music is there as a narrative tool, and that tool exists to frame the visuals. And those visuals are quite powerful, with or without music. Sorry, let me try another fart noise. That wasn't funny enough.
I retract my previous statement. You are correct. That is the point of the movie.
This isn't fucking funny.
Well, I was going to say earlier, before we were interrupted by mechanical breakdown, the interesting dynamic of this project is that when we send each other things we hate, it makes for much funnier commentary. Whereas if we like things, it ends up being like a little more intellectual and at least interesting to us. But I have no idea if that's going to carry over to a listening audience.
It's probably not. Maybe we should just have "Warning: Not Funny" as the title. If we both like it, or maybe we should have another punishment game because we both like the thing. We have to hate things.
We don't have to hate things. They just have to be funny.
Fuck. All right.
If you make a fart noise again, I will end this call right now.
Well, I know what I'm ending on, so fine. Koyaanisqatsi.
No, that's true. That was funny. Do you have? Okay, so you liked it. Like, do you have any thoughts on it? Or
not really?
Yeah, this is kind of the problem with this one is that we're both of us had to listen to like music and not a lot of plotting.
Let's talk about your thing.
Okay, well then you say so. Thumbs up for like final verdict. Thumbs up for Koyaanisqatsi.
I would give it 3/4 of a thumb up.
Okay, that's pretty good. So what did you make me listen to this week?
I made you listen to a amalgamation of 2 albums from the artist Nujabes, well known for providing a great amount of the score to lesser known anime Samurai Champloo.
Normally this is the point where I would do like comedy summary, but it was literally like a compilation album.
Well, what was the music like?
I guess I would describe it as electronic hip hop.
See, okay, this is where you already failed. That was me offering you an in for comedy.
It's Bengal bagpipe music, and it's routed through a styrofoam cup.
I'm shaking my head at you right now.
That's Nujabes.
You fucking miss the... Okay, so it's electronic hip-hop. Did you like it?
I loved it. I thought it was
putting
great.
a moratorium on music from now on.
We might be able to do like musicals in the future because those actually do have plots, but that's another discussion.
And I hate musicals, so that'll be fun for you.
Yeah, there you go. The thing that it made me think of is there was this one time I was listening to, as is my wont, this like really minimalist electronic music, and I was sitting there in my office and I was thinking about it. And like, what does this remind me of? And I suddenly flashed on my dad's office when I was a kid and him doing exactly the same thing, like listening to bizarre ambient electronic and otherwise music. And I was like, oh, this is the point where I have become my father.
Yeah.
This is like the exact stamp on it. 29 years old.
29 years old. Time of death.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, that's a terrible podcast. I gotta think of some jokes.
I mean, it's really good at making me laugh when you say things, so, you know.
Hold on.
At least we have that.
Hold on. Let me fucking pull some up. Alright.
Just going into your joke book, is that what we're
Yeah,
doing?
basically. Here? Okay. A priest, a rabbi, and a shaman walk into...
Nope. Okay, what I was actually going to say, what might be interesting to talk about is, like, I'm actually surprised that this is your taste.
Oh?
This is really, you know, formless ambient electronic music that I really love, and I just didn't think that was your thing.
Well, I mean, Nujabes is somewhat formless, but not entirely aimless.
That's a good point. He's not
It's very much designing soundscapes that produce very esoteric moods. So it's just we when we like things, we're not funny.
It's not as funny, no. Well, okay, I don't know if this is going to be funny, but it interests me what attracts you to this.
So the thing about Nujabes is that I discovered it, by watching Samurai Champloo, which is a thing I know you would like, and therefore I will never ever share it to you on this podcast.
Yeah, that's zeroth rule of this podcast. We're not allowed to recommend things to each other that we actually know the other person will like.
So the thing about my taste in music is that it's super varied. I do not have a pet genre like every other human being I've ever met tends to have.
It's funny because I kind of feel I kind of am the same way myself. Like, I don't think I could tell you what my favorite type of music is.
But you did just say, oh, I really like sort of
But no, I do really like that, but it doesn't mean that that's the only thing I like.
But the thing is, I can't think in terms of genre. I barely even think in terms of, like, band. I think in terms, like, of song by song by song.
Well, we had an interesting discussion once where you were like, you don't really listen to albums.
No, I don't. I've listened to, I think, 4 or 5 albums in my entire life, from, like, start to finish. One of those is prog rock. One of those is fucking Death Grips. And 3 of those are, like, 2 are Nujabes.
One of them is Wall of Voodoo, that's also an interesting thing where our tastes completely, like, intersect in a weird way, because I also adore Wall of Voodoo, and that is another thing I wouldn't expect you to be really into.
What do you think I'm into?
That's kind of an interesting thing, because you've sent me a lot of bits and pieces of music, and I guess from what you've sent me, not exactly comedy or novelty music, but you really like stuff that's got kind of an absurd edge.
In music?
Yeah. Well, I mean, what's that nigh on listenable stuff that you sent me other than, like, someone's trying to make someone laugh?
Alright, I'm gonna set the record straight. I like things that make me laugh. Same as every other human being on the planet. Right? Right? That has nothing to do as, like, because I just went on this personal tirade with you about how I don't have a pet genre. Could you imagine a human being listening to novelty music for the Dr. Demento at a wedding ceremony?
Do you imagine that he played a lot of novelty music during that?
No, the Dr. Demento being the novelty music. Do you not know Dr. Demento?
I do know Dr. Demento. You cut off and you can hear me talk.
Hello? Hello?
Oh my god, this is terrible. This is really bad this time.
Well, we're recording at, like, the peak fuck hour.
I don't know. I I don't know if I'll cut out this part, but I would say that I can probably salvage your ranting and my commentary on your ranting. Okay, the theme of our episode this time is Discord.
That's so cute. It's stupid.
But does it go all the way around to clever again?
Well, hold on. I'm piercing through the hot rage that's built up inside of me.
Okay.
Like, it's a very hard, complicated feeling that I'm going to have to take some time to adjust to.
Sounds like you're describing a bowel movement.
Yeah, it really does, doesn't it? Sam.
Jacob. Also, if we call it Discord, we'll have 3 D words in a row.
3 D words in a row? Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, this was desire, and what was the second one? Dreams. It was dreams.
I guess we could also say, and I think you would really love this. This is the anti-funny episode. Like, we're being really artsy with this one. It's like, oh yeah, it's called Discord because it's like there's a discord to the episode. Like,
yeah.
It's so pretentious. And that would mean it would be your favorite episode when we look back on this.
Okay, what do you think I like? What do you think I'm just this pretentious prick who just likes fingers stuffed up your ass kind of like art movies that have absolutely no inherent value whatsoever other than the artist wanking off as they do this, as they massage their prostate with their thumb.
Let's parse through what you've given me so far.
That's maybe I've done this to myself.
Yes, I feel like that is the point I'm trying to make here. So Koyaanisqatsi is a story about being too good to have a narrator.
No, but that's art. That's how you do art. You do different shit. You don't just like, oh, I gotta throw James Earl Jones in over this every fucking time I do a doco.
James Earl Jones? You can't afford that.
Do we go to Martin? No, I was gonna say Morgan. I meant to say Morgan Freeman, but I almost said Martin Freeman, the guy who plays Watson on Sherlock.
Well, okay.
It does not have the most distinctive documentarian voice.
Well, he can be a guest on the podcast, Martin Freeman. Martin, if you're listening to this right now, I've never watched Sherlock. I know there are a lot of homoerotic undertones between Watson and Sherlock Holmes, generally. Gay Watson. I don't really have a point beyond that.
Jacob's saying he's a big fan, is what he's saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm a huge fan of your work. Hugs and kisses.
Okay, we should go back ever so briefly to Nujabes. I liked it. I liked it a lot, and so, but I'm interested to discover that you and I have this sort of shared liking for kind of groovy electronic music. Like, I'm into that.
The thing is, electronic music is a much bigger genre than you're giving it credit for. Because
it is. I never know. Like, there's so many subgenres of what we describe as electronic music, so I have no idea what I would really. I guess electronic hip hop would be this particular.
Yeah,
subgenre.
which Nujabes is pretty. I don't want to say the sole purveyor of, but he was the guy who really pushed this to like being something that people could listen to regularly. Because he was that good.
It's really sad. I was reading about how he died. It was really sad.
For you listeners who actually survived to the whatever minute mark of this, Nujabes passed away due to a car accident.
Yeah, total rando. Why are you laughing at that?
Because it's so not funny. Like, it's the least
so
funny.
Unfunny. It's so unfunny. We're talking about like young artists dying in their prime, and it's like comedy.
And I was just about to make another fart noise, and you'd be like, "Oh my god, damn it, Jacob! I swear to God,
I will hang up. I swear to fucking God."
Ah, man, I love comedy. So yeah.
Comedy's good.
But,
so I thought final verdict, thumbs up on that. So, okay, I know I joked before about Discord, but, like, I feel like that could be kind of the theme of our episode here.
Yeah, okay.
You're not going to argue with that? You're just going to lie down and take that?
Well, what the fuck else is there? This has been the shittiest podcast of my entire life. It's fucking number 3. What's your stupid suggestion already?
Okay, so this time... I will release you from watching another freaking art film. I'm going to get you to watch my...
If you're suggesting something, I can't hear it.
I'm not suggesting anything. Can you hear me?
Sort of.
I'm gonna have to do so much editing on this one. It's gonna be like 20 minutes.
It's gonna be 20 seconds.
You are going to be watching my favorite movie, The Third Man.
Oh, alright.
Yeah, sidebarred you with that one. Sidebarred, that's not even what I was like.
Even if I've watched like a quarter of it already?
Yeah, that's fine.
I feel like that's a cheat.
No.
I feel like you get to punish you with my next suggestion.
That is not true. How is that me cheating?
Fuck it. I don't have the patience to argue with you.
I just lost the will to live.
I hate that we live apart. I hate that we have to do this podcast.
this purgatory that we must suffer through.
I hate it. All right, motherfucker.
Okay, what you got for me?
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you to kill 6 billion demons.
Ooh, is that a video game?
No, that's a comic, motherfucker.
Is there like a range on this?
I guess there are like 300 pages so far. Comics, you read comics fast. Fucking get... Yep, fuck it.
How many pages? Because you cut out when it's...
Fuck it.
How many pages? I really need to know.
Like 300 in total.
Okay, I could probably get through that.
Like just read like.
Oh my
2
god, it's a
hours
nightmare
of it,
coming again.
If you're almost done, then fuck it.
I have no idea what you just said.
Sam, any final comments, you piece of shit?
It's your turn this week.